Good morning, everybody. It is February 2nd here, 5 o'clock in the morning, and we're going to look quickly at Ethereum and assess, are we actually trying to break above these all-time highs today? I think we have a very good chance. I'll show you the reasons why. And then, especially with what's going on with Bitcoin right now. So, Bitcoin was also yesterday and the past 3 days, I would say, stuck in this range over here. If we look at this and maybe just check out the 2 hour. So, yesterday, this is where we're sitting at, right? We're sitting in this range. And we said, you know what, if so we broke out of it, we came down to retest this resistance of this major descending triangle we're having, right? We had a huge bump, obviously, with whatever Elon Musk was talking about. And it went down again to retest, went up, found the resistance at the 34,806, went down again to retest this line. And then this is what we were talking about when we saw it yesterday, right? We were seeing that we're finding that resistance again at this line. And we also drew a hypothetical line saying, look, if Bitcoin is actually going to go up here to retest this line over here and it goes down, for it to actually remain bullish, we need to have a higher low, right? And then we said that, you know what, if something happens here, if Bitcoin is to actually remain bullish, maybe this line over here would actually be our support line. And it actually did find this, right? So we just connected this to this, and it looked like people actually were looking at this. And yeah, so with the straight ceiling here on this side, followed by higher lows on this side, Bitcoin actually right now, past 4 hours, broke above this line, is coming back to retest, and it looks like if anything right now Bitcoin needs to actually make a move above to the upside, right? Because we've been stuck in this for the last couple of days, and we finally just broke above this resistance that we've been having. So I think there's a very critical point right now. If Bitcoin actually continues to pump above this level again, if today, sometime soon here, we find that Bitcoin actually breaks above the 35,700 to be specific, we will definitely see a continued movement up to this side over here, right? And if we reach this side over here, then I think it's actually pretty good in terms of the next stop where that could be, right? A couple of days ago, we talked about the 45,000 region, to be specific. I know this is probably a huge range to be in, but I think if we start seeing Bitcoin here to continue trying to go all the way above, and specifically reaching somewhere above this 35,700, 600, then it's actually showing that Bitcoin is respecting this pattern and what it stands for from a technical analysis point of view, right? So this level right now is actually pretty interesting, the way we are breaking above, and Ethereum too, right? So this is what we talked about with Ethereum yesterday. Ethereum was somewhere around the $1,300, and in terms of the hourly chart, we just had proper continuous uptrend, right? And what we said was, look, if Ethereum is to actually have a bounce here soon, we're definitely going to find that resistance at the 1,393, so 1,400, almost that range. And if that's the most obvious, right? That's the most obvious to me resistance that we will see, if anything. And we did, right? We did try to break above it, and then we see this inverted hammer candle, which is more bullish still. It's more to the bullish side. If it was a red candle, then that's a different case. But it looked like we did drive all the way above, and then we didn't really drive the price down past the opening, right? We stayed. So the bulls tried to push against us closing below the opening price, right? So we went back down to retest this level, obviously, and we shot right back up, and now we're at a very, we're testing all these this region, right? This is the supply zone for Ethereum, where people are actually selling Ethereum usually. So now, are we going to have enough buyers to propel this price even more? I think is going to be dependent on Bitcoin. Bitcoin right now is trying to break above this level, and we're seeing this support that we're finding right now, right? So usually break above a range. So it's usually typically a trade would be you're stuck in a range somewhere, and after a downtrend, right? After a downtrend like this, you're stuck in a range. And once you start seeing a break above that range, then it's actually pretty good for Bitcoin. And I think Bitcoin right now, specifically this move over here, actually has a lot of is going to attract a bunch of buyers into it. So it's going to be pretty interesting seeing how this plays out, right? So we need to see a continued break above the 35,700, and we'll definitely see Ethereum following suit. So now in terms of what the indicators are actually telling us in general, right? If I'm looking at the hourly here, because I think this past what, since 10 o'clock yesterday. So this is the in terms of our momentum, right? So we tried to actually go above, and typically when we get all the way here, we're supposed to go all the way down, right, and reverse our momentum. And we actually didn't go fully to the negative. We stayed for a bit only. Then we went all the way up, and now okay, so now we need to go back down again. We didn't go all the way down. Then we shot right back up, and we are kind of retesting right now. We're going a bit, seeing are we going to go all the way to the negative? And I genuinely don't think so, based on whatever's going on with Bitcoin right now and the way everything's playing out. The fact that these movements right here are increasing, the movement to the upside is actually increasing, and buys are coming in at much faster rates than typical. um, uh, I would say, since we are actually going down here in terms of our MACD sticking down, I think we will come down to retest this region, the 1,392. And if not, then we would find that support at the 1,362, and that would actually satisfy a bit of a nice retracement, just for people that that are not here for the long term, people that are trying to just get a quick trade or get the profits they actually took from yesterday, which is actually around like the 11.9%. So that would be a healthy retracement. So even if the MACD and in terms of reversal of momentum and going all the way down here, I think a healthy support line would be somewhere around the 1,392 and the 1,365. So one interesting thing right now, because everything is interconnected, right? If you're not referring to Bitcoin at every chart you're looking at or any crypto you're looking at, then you're kind of asking for trouble, right? So you usually want to see what the market's telling you, what's going on with Bitcoin, right? What's Bitcoin going? Is it going up or is it going down? And then that just gives you a sentiment to what the majority of the market's looking at, right? Because right now, for example, if we go to Bitcoin dominance, and that's the most interesting thing I wanted to kind of share with you. In terms of Bitcoin dominance, if we go to the daily, we're seeing that we are at a very critical support, right? That we typically find support at. Sorry, so we're at a zone where we typically find support at, right? And right now, Bitcoin dominance is at the 63%. And if we try to show this close to where the Bitcoin price action is at, right? So if I go to show Bitcoin dominance right here, and if we remove all indicators, so this is what's happening here, right? If I expand this a bit more. So look at the last time Bitcoin dominance. So this white line is actually Bitcoin dominance. Last time we were at this level over here, right? At the 60. We actually had that pump with Bitcoin, that massive pump, and we haven't actually went down to this level since all the way back in the end of November 2020, right? So that's why, even if you go and see all these other channels, I guess those major ones are they're kind of going crazy, and I think it's mainly because of what they're seeing here, right? So I think there's going to be a lot of frenzy. There's going to be a lot of price action, a lot of volatile price action, because at the same time here, when you got those big whales, also that when they know that everyone's looking at these levels and everybody's getting excited for Bitcoin right now. So a lot of dumping could happen at the same time, and a lot of price manipulation. So something for you to actually keep in mind, something for you to not. Really go crazy when you see something like that. Just be very objective in your approach still. take these into consideration and actually set your risk management and your stop losses properly, so you don't get fully, quote unquote, wrecked, right? So this level over here is extremely critical right now, right? Typically, it's the first time we hit that. We hit that level, almost a week and a half ago. But specifically right now, after breakout with Bitcoin, right after we broke out with Bitcoin, went back down to retest, we've been having those higher lows. Also, add on top of that in terms of Bitcoin dominance, this thing over here, we're at literally a level where we usually break really above after in terms of price action, in terms of what Bitcoin dominance is showing us. Then I think it's pretty good what Bitcoin is doing right now, right? So something to keep in mind. Um, uh, Obviously, take this with a grain of salt. Is this going to be very bullish in terms of Bitcoin? 100%. There's no denial. We can, in terms of, let's say, of a negative scenario here where things actually don't go our way. I can see something like this happening, right? Where you see something like this, right? Where we actually get stuck in here for a while and see what Bitcoin does. So we need to see that support at the 34,769 region, between the 34,495 all the way up to the 34,815. If we don't find that support and we see that Bitcoin continues to go down here to the 34,100, and then we don't see that leg up again, then I think then that's more of a abort mission kind of scenario, right? It's more of a, all right, this thing did not satisfy what we're talking about. So if we don't find this support over here, then it's a bit of a reversal. We obviously have the support line that we're clearly seeing. Bitcoin can easily have another leg down here, even in terms of a momentum. If we're looking at the 1 hour here, right, it looks like we've been losing that steam a bit, right? So that could actually be the case where we find that support again and then get stuck somewhere here in terms of the apex, right? Somewhere over on this side, right? At the end of the day or the beginning of tomorrow. So something to keep in mind. Take this with a grain of salt, obviously. Do your own research, see if you're convinced with this. But I've been seeing here that we're actually, buyers are definitely in control of the market right now, and we're seeing that in the minor price action. So let me know what you think. Let me know how, if I missed anything here, something more significant that you might think is worthwhile noting. And if you like this, please, like it, comment, share, and subscribe, and join our Discord. You'll see those signals a lot quicker than YouTube. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you soon.